The thoroughbred is a magnificent animal, bred for speed, bred to compete, the sport of kings.
Wow, West Coast has it by 6.
It's the all-new LetsGoRacingParks.com. Take a ride into this kind of action.
3 of them are right together with 1 furlong to go.
LetsGoRacingParks.com is brought to you by the Pennsylvania Thoroughbred Horsemen's Association. It's fun to see them run.
A very pleasant good morning, racing fans, and welcome here to Parks Racing for Let's Go Racing. A lot of excitement here over the weekend because our local coverage is Maximus Mischief. The big 2-year-old was back for his second career start for trainer Butch Reed. He was great in his first race. We'll see how he made out at 5 cents on the dollar. Our national coverage has great in action for both Belmont Park and Keeneland, and we'll also have a chance to talk to Frankie Pennington, who is the regular rider of Maximus Mischief, as those two move forward here toward 2019. Hi, everybody. Keith Jones down on the beautiful first floor here at Parks Racing. My friend Dick Girardi and Dick. Maximus Mischief wowed us a couple of weeks ago. We were hoping he was going to wow us again over the weekend.
Yeah, no, everybody was really looking forward to this, including the Butch Reed family. Ginny, Butch's wife, spent the night in the barn with the horse. She was texting me just to letting me know what was going on, but that's what happens when you get a fast 2-year-old.
Dick, we're going to get to Maximus here in just a second, but there is some news. We've been running without a racing director here for just a bit, but Dave Osenak has come down from New York, and he is our new racing director.
Right, and he's worked with some really good people in New York, including our good friend Mike Lakehow, of course, was here for years as a placing judge, worked in the office, and works up in New York now. So yeah, we'll get him on the show here shortly.
Absolutely. So we'll welcome Dave in here in a couple of weeks after we get through the Breeders' Cup. But let's get to our Maximus Mischief race. The first time out, he went 5.5 furlongs. We're going to go to 7/8 today. Was a first level allowance, and Dick, it ends up with a field of 3, but that's really not what's important. Dick, September 29th was his debut. His buyer came back in at 82. Now, he worked since then. He worked on October 13th, a half mile, 46-3.
Right, 46-3 on this racetrack is just flying because, as you know, the track has been, essentially the service has been producing slow times most of the year, except when Maximus Mischief runs, and nothing's ever slow.
Well, Dick, he breaks from post position number 3. Mike Boswich was in for the vacationing Keith Jones and had the pleasure of the call. Let's take a look at Maximus Mischief in his second career start.
They're off and racing, and Maximus Mischief fires out of there. In between rivals, Absentee, and towards the inside, Billy, you're fired. Up the backstretch to shoot they go. Frankie Pennington looking for his second straight wins. Got Maximus Mischief on a 3.5 length lead. Racing a bit wide as they go into the main course. The Absentee is right there second. Billy, you're fired. Skims the rail third, but it's Maximus Mischief. Pennington grabs hold now. Leads it by 1.25 lengths. 23 for that opening quarter. Maximus Mischief in front by a length. The Absentee takes closer orders second, and up the inside, Billy, you're fired, races third. They head towards the far turn. On top, Maximus Mischief, unchallenged, uncontested, loafing along out there, one to the good. Absentee moves to within 3 parts now as they round the turn. Arroyo setting that one down for the drive, 46-3 for the half. 4 lengths back to Billy, you're fired, who's third, but it's Maximus Mischief under confident Pennington handling, up by 1.5 as they come to the top of the stretch. Absentees all out to stay with. 5 back to Billy, you're fired. They straighten away for the stretch stride. Maximus Mischief leads it by 2.5. Absentees roused in second. Way back to Billy, you're fired third, but it's Maximus Mischief. Pennington starts to ask now inside the 8th pole, and he responds. Maximus Mischief up by 5, now 6. Absentee can only watch. They come down to the finish. Maximus Mischief, 1 small step closer to Louisville.
Well, Dick, in his first start, he just shot out of the gate. He did it again.
He did.
I mean, he was absolutely out of there like a bullet. And go on and break this down, Dick. He did, again, does it so easily.
Yeah, look, he's an incredibly talented horse. One of the many things I really like about him is how good of a turn runner he is. And turns are huge. That's why races are won and lost. This horse is just really agile. Love the fact that Absentee, a really good Alan Goldberg horse that we saw here break his maiden on PA Derby Day, gave him a little run on the turn. Then Frankie just said, you know, that's it. It's over. Wins by 6. All right, let's Lou Zagnut, the longtime chart caller, who's seen a lot of good horses, called it another eye-catching performance in his footnotes. I think that's fair to say. The track was incredibly slow. So 125.22. The next two 7-furlong races, which came up right after, went more than 5 seconds slower.
Wow.
So when it was all computed and the buyer figure came up 98, which is the best by a 2-year-old in North America in 2018. That is 1 point better than Game Winner.
Wow.
You got a 97 when he won the American Pharaoh. He'll be the favorite in the Breeders' Cup Juvenile. So this horse stacks up. There isn't any question. The talent is there. He runs a little strange at times because I think he's still learning it. But boy, Butch Reed, Chuck Zagnut, and Glenn Bennett, the owners, they have some horse to be excited about. What's next is almost certainly a 1 mile or longer race, probably in New York. The Remsen is the most likely on December 1st. That's 1 1/8 miles. There's also a race on Thanksgiving Day that's a turf race. It's 1 1/16 miles. They're not going to run on the turf, but if it comes off, it will be a flat mile. That's at least a thought. I think they'd rather run a mile at this point than 1 1/8 miles. But the idea is at some point you got to go longer. And if everything goes right, the plan is then not long after that, send them to Gulfstream Park, start thinking about some of those Kentucky Derby preps. But this is clearly the most exciting 2-year-old prospect at Parks in 15 years since Smarty Jones was stabled here in 2003.
Well, this could be a very, very exciting
it's obvious. You just watch him run. He's so smooth. He's got that great long stride, and it's effortless. Frankie actually showed him the whip in this race. Just that, hey, it's here. But he hasn't felt it, and he doesn't look like he's going to need it anytime soon.
Well, it's exciting. This is really
and for Butch, Butch and Jenny have been in the game forever. It's great for them, and of course Chuck has been around good horses. Glenn's a great guy. They had a huge crowd out here. Glenn Bennett actually had a bigger entourage on Saturday than Chuck Zagnut. Think about that. That's when you know
that's tough.
That doesn't happen very often. Chuck was just here with his son Alex. Glenn had a table of many.
Well, Dick, we have a new segment we want to introduce.
Yes, we do.
It's called Ask the President. No, not Donald Trump. Don't get too excited. Not Donald Trump. It's our PTHA President, Sal DeBunda. And Philadelphia News anchor Pat Shiraki gets a chance to sit down with Sal and wants to know why he likes horses so much. Here's more.
With me today is Sal DeBunda, the president of the Pennsylvania Thoroughbred Horsemen's Association. That's better known as the PTHA. Sal, welcome to the program.
Pat, we're glad to have you here. We're very proud of our facilities. We're very proud of our 1,200 horses and the people here who service those horses.
You know, I have have had a lot of fun today just walking past the horses. They really are just beautiful. The thing that I think is really great, though, you have such a passion for this industry, but you also are really multifaceted. I mean, one of the things that you have started out doing is that you're a highly successful attorney. Sal is the co-managing partner of the Philadelphia office of the firm Archer Law. Also, the retired chairman and current chairman emeritus of the Philly Pops. Also, the executive producer of the Let's Go Racing TV show, which airs on NBC Sports Philadelphia and has been around for more than 20 years. He also is a successful owner of racehorses, a successful breeder on the board of the PTHA, and of course, you now serve as its president. Tell me this, what is it that has made you so passionate about horse racing?
Well, like a typical person, I got involved because I thought this being an owner would be fun, but I've actually gotten to know the people that work 24/7, love the animal, love the sport, and that's what really attracted it to me. And I've been doing it for over 30 years, and I love it.
We look forward to hear from El Presidente.
Well, we're going to get to hear from Frankie Pennington here in just a minute, who is on the back of Maximus Mischief. What is it like to be on the back of a horse like that? We'll talk to Frankie after this.
What does Chapman's 7 locations and 10 car brands mean to you? It means a huge selection of quality pre-owned vehicles, all makes and models, many one-owner low mileage certified with miles of factory warranty remaining. Safety checked, meticulously detailed, and each come with a free Carfax report so you can buy with complete confidence at any Chapman Auto store near you. Or shop online anytime at ChapmanPreowned.com.
If our emblem is not on your car or truck, you probably did pay too much.
Looking to join the thrill and excitement of thoroughbred racehorse ownership? Pewter Stable can get you started. With more than 25 years of experience under the leadership of Greg and Kate DeMasi, Pewter Stable is one of the industry's leaders in racing partnerships, winning hundreds of races and millions of dollars at racetracks all over the Mid-Atlantic. including New York. Pewter Stable is working hard, looking for the very best runners at all the top sales. And we do claiming partnerships as well. No markup, no management fees. Makes our partnerships unique and affordable. Training services also provided for individual owners. Give us a call and see what Pewter Stable is all about. The thrill and fun of thoroughbred racehorse ownership is easier than you think. We are Pewter Stable.
Welcome back, everyone, to Parks Racing for Let's Go Racing. It is a great pleasure to welcome in none other than jockey Frankie Pennington, who is the regular rider of Maximus Mischief. And Frankie, thank you for joining us. This has a chance to be a terrific couple of months for you coming up over the next, I guess, 8 months as we head toward May, maybe. But Frankie, let's take you back to the first morning that you got on Maximus Mischief. Tell us what Butch told you before you got on and what were your impressions of him.
It was funny because Butch told me, he's like, Frankie, I want you getting on this coat. He's a nice coat, and I want you to work him. So we was heading out, and actually the other horse that I worked with, I worked last time, and that horse for Butch worked really good. So I was with the Bug Boy, we worked the set for Butch, and Luis Fuentes was on the horse, and I told Luis, I go, hey, that horse is a nice horse. I worked him last time, he worked really good. And I was on Maximus, this is the first time I worked him, so he's like, all right, so we back up, and then we break loose from the half-mile pole, and my feet were in the dashboard, and I'm like, wow, it's got something special here.
Frankie, to the regular layperson, you jockeys obviously get on horses all the time. Are you able to describe to us what feels different to a jockey when you get on a really good horse? How do you know?
You know, when you get on that really good one, he does everything for you, and just like, you know, when I was saying I worked the other horse worked good, and then all of a sudden you get on one that's toting you around there and doing it, you know, working, you know, 59 and doing it that easy in hand you're like, wow, I mean, you could just feel like it's like a difference in cars, you know what I mean? You could feel like that supercharger in them.
You ever had a horse break this fast?
I had a horse break fast, but not a 2-year-old that fast, that's for sure.
And when he's in a race, can you tell how fast you're going?
You know, you can tell how fast he's going because he does relax once he gets out there, but the way he leaves the gate is amazing. I mean, he outbreaks the gate, which is good always put you in a good position.
You know, down the road, there's going to be distance races. What's your impression of him as you get a little longer?
I think he's a colt that can go run all day. Like, he just seems to never get tired, and he just seems like he can just keep going and going. So I think the longer the distance, I think would be great for him.
Frankie, so far everything has come very easy for him. Obviously, as we move forward, that's probably not going to be the case. He's going to get tested, he's going to get eyeballed, and that's one thing we don't know about. But he certainly has the physical abilities. How about his mental abilities?
You know, he's a smart colt. He's just a happy colt. He's like a big kid. We always, you know, in the barn we call him he's a big kid because he likes to play around, and you know, he is who he is. But overall, I mean, he's got a good head on his shoulders, and he should be all right.
Right. The night before the race, Ginny Reed spent the night at the barn because they were so excited about this. How about for you? You've been on good horses, but you haven't been in this situation before where you have a horse too going into the possibility of next year. Yeah,
I mean, you got to give credit to Ginny and Butch Reed, both of them. They do such an amazing job, and for Ginny to, you know, stay over in the room all night, I mean, that takes heart and effort, so I give it to Ginny for that, and that was pretty cool.
And for you, thinking ahead?
Yeah, I mean, he's definitely, you know, one of the nicest 2-year-olds I ever been on for sure, and hopefully, you know, keep it going. I mean, he's a special horse.
Frankie, what would it mean to you to come out of that tunnel on that first Saturday in May? Have you thought about that?
It's still a long ways away, but you know, it would definitely be a dream come true to be able to be walking out on Maximus in May, yeah.
You know, we've been around you for a long time. We've watched your career watch you mature as a rider. I don't think that spot's too big for you, Frankie. I think it's time, and I think you're ready, and I think you'd do yourself proud and do all of us proud. So best of luck as we move forward with this magnificent 2-year-old, and I can't wait to give you that trophy again when we come up to the award ceremony of 5 consecutive championships. Ladies and gentlemen, Frankie Pennington. Frankie, congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Well, let's get to our national races. The national coverage, of course, brought to you by Chapman Auto Group. Unless our emblem is on the back of your car or truck, you probably paid too much. And the start of our national coverage takes us to beautiful Keeneland for the Grade 2 Raven Run. 3-year-old fillies at 7 furlongs for $250,000. The 9 Moonshine Memories, the 9 to 5 choice for trainer Simon Callahan. Dick, she had a terrific 2-year-old season, but 2018, not so much.
Yeah, not so much. She won 2 Grade 1s last year. She was actually the favorite in the Breeders' Cup Juvenile Fillies, but she caught that dead rail at Del Mar. And as you said, Keith, it just hasn't been the same as a 3-year-old. She's only won 1 race.
Second choice, number 5, Alter Moon, goes off at 3-1 for trainer Chad Brown. Dick, she has been in 3 graded races in her career, and she has managed to be no better than 4th.
Yeah, she's okay, but for Chad Brown, okay is not good enough. Hasn't gotten into the 90s but 1 time on the Beyer scale.
We don't like the 2 favorites.
No, we don't.
No, big field.
We especially don't like them now.
Yeah, let's get the call in the Raven Run.
Blamed moves up, along with Moonshine Memories, who moves up into 2nd. Bronx Beauty far outside in 3rd. Take Charge Paula is 4th. Chauncey up close between horses in 5th. Everyone Loves Jimmy is 6th. Shamrock Rose drops back on the outside in 7th. Divine Queen is 8th in between horses. Take Charge Paula took an awkward step and is dropping out toward the back of the pack. Amy's Challenge moves up toward the rail, is in 7th position now. True Royalty in 8th. Alter Moon is in 9th. Take Charge Paula now is in 10th position. Kelly's Humor against the rail over a dozen lengths off the lead. She's pretty lucky. Criminal Mischief is at the back. Blamed is the leader. Moonshine Memories second to the inside ahead, and there's Bronx Beauty on the outside third. 22.27 seconds for the opening quarter. Shamrock Rose 4th, 5 lengths off the lead. Everyone Loves Jimmy is 5th toward the inside. Amy's Challenge has to switch lanes to the outside, still 8 lengths from the front. Blamed, Moonshine Memories, Bronx Beauty, Shamrock Rose, the top 4 off the turn. Everyone Loves Jimmy looks for running room 5th toward the inside. And a late charge from Take Charge Paula and Amy's Challenge down the far outside. Shamrock Rose head in front, Blamed in 2nd. Take Charge Paula, Amy's Challenge, Bronx Beauty 5th. It is Shamrock Rose in front. Shamrock Rose, Tyler Gaffalione to win it at 18-1 in the Lexus Raven Run.
Well, deck number 12, Shamrock Rose gets that outside clear trip here at 18-1 for trainer Mark Cassian. Goes on to win by 2.5 lengths, pays $39.40 to win. And Dick, 3-year-old filly, she took some time off during the summer. She came back in terrific form with 2 wins on the poly tracks, and here she makes it 3 in a row.
Yeah, she was really good in this race, and the favorite was really bad. Yeah. Moonshine Memories at 9-5 finished 9th. Has not had a particularly good year, but our man Mark Cassidy wins big race.
39.40 to win. And our next stop is up at Belmont Park for the Grade 3 Athenia. It's fillies and mares on the grass at 1 mile at 1/16th for a purse of $200,000. The favorite, number 3, New Money Honey, is 5-2 for trainer Chad Brown. I think she hasn't won since June of last year.
The test with Chad Brown, Keith, is not to figure out if he's going to win. It's which one of the fillies or mares in these grass races is going to win. He's got 3 in here. This is one of them.
Second choice, number 9, On Leave, is 7-2 for trainer Shug McGahee. She is a Grade 3 winner and just went over the $1 million mark.
Shug, I love Shug. Yeah. He's been one of my all-time favorite guys for 30 years.
This one almost always runs well. Let's see whether she can get it done today against those 3 Chad Brown fillies. Let's get the call of the Athenia.
It's Hawksmoor opening up to lead by 2. Padasusi running along in 2nd. New Money Honey is 3rd as they continue up the back stretch. Then well off the rail in Flexibility 4th, some 4 lengths off the lead. Indian Blessing is going through an opening on the inside to be a bit closer now. And then On Leave and Rimska. 23.95 was the quarter. Up the backstretch with Hawksmoor in front, a half a length. Padasusi is 2nd. Inflexibility 3rd on the outside. Indian Blessing grabs 4th along the rail, saving all the ground there, just 2 lengths off of Hawksmoor. And then it's New Money Honey, followed by Rimska, and On Leave at the back, 6.5 lengths off as they make their way through a 48.03 half mile. So it's Hawksmoor in front under Manny Franco around the far turn by a length. Padasusi is running along in 2nd. New Money Honey splits horses, comes to the outside in 3rd, while Indian Blessing saves all the ground. Then Inflexibility, On Leave behind them, and Rimska is right there too as they come to the top of the stretch. Hawksmoor off the turn in front. New Money Honey on the outside runs at her. Indian Blessing is 3rd. Rimska gets going in 4th, then Padasusi into the final furlong. Here comes Rimska. Rimska ranges up alongside of New Money Honey and grabs the lead, and Rimska and Arad Ortiz are running off to victory in the Athenia.
Well, as you noted, it's not, it's which one, and this time it's number 1, Rimska, 4-1, so you get $10 to win, draws off by 2.5 lengths to win it. And Dick, she has now won 3 out of her last 4 starts, and this is a big run. She wins easy.
It is a big run. She does win easy, and I just wish she would let everybody know beforehand, like have a blinking light over the one that's live here, but maybe he doesn't even know.
Yeah. Let's get back out to Keeneland now for the Grade 3 Dowager Stakes. We're on the grass here at 1.5 miles, and again, it's the fillies and mares. They're running for $1.25. Hard to choose a favorite here, Dick. You're looking at these horses. 7-2 is the lowest price. It's on number 8, Res Ipsa. And Dick, Res Ipsa doesn't have anything that stands out in her recent PPs.
Not particularly. These 1.5-mile turf races are always hard, and these horses don't really run the distance very often. This game's hard enough. These 1.5-mile grass races. Just stop.
Number 10, Vexatious, the second choice. You get 4-1 for trainer Neil Drysdale. We haven't mentioned Neil's name in a long time.
Yeah, Neil's only started 135 horses this year. He's obviously a Hall of Fame guy, his most famous horse, AP Indy, but when he shows up, you better pay attention, especially when he comes east. He doesn't do that as much anymore from California.
You love to get the stewards involved, don't you?
We love the stewards.
Yeah, let's take a look at the Dowager from Keeneland.
So Beach Flower is the leader against the rail by just over a length. Daring Duchess is there at second with a circuit to go. Here's Vexatious between horses moving third with Viva Vegas fourth to her inside. And then Savannah Belle in fifth. English Affair is in sixth. Race Ipsa toward the inside seventh. Ambicelli to her outside is in eighth. She's a Prado is now ninth and last. 50.69 seconds the time for the opening half mile. Beach Flower the leader and Daring Duchess right off the leader's flank in second. Now Vexatious got to the inside to save some ground around that second turn and moves up a closer third within 2 lengths of the lead. Viva Vegas going to switch lanes to the outside of her from fourth up the backstretch. English Affair is in fifth, joined by Savannah Belle sixth, Race Ipsa seventh, Ambicelli eighth. She's a Prado is ninth and last. 6 furlongs, 115.91. Beach Flower leading Daring Duchess by a length and a half at the entry to the final turn. Vexatious third toward the inside. Viva Vegas fourth up on the outside. English Affair fifth against the rail. Savannah Belle, then Race Ipsa, who's still toward the inside, 7 lengths from the front, flanked by Ambicelli. She's a Prado is last. Midway on the final turn, Beach Flower leading Daring Duchess by a length and a half. Vexatious third. Viva Vegas fourth up on the outside. English Affair looks for running room in fifth. Ambicelli goes wide to the center of the course. Race Ipsa in behind horses. Beach Flower the leader. English Affair up the inside. Vexatious there on the outside. English Affair tries to find running room to the inside of Beach Flower. Final furlong of the Root and Riddle Dowager. Vexatious third, Race Ipsa fourth, Ambicelli fifth. Beach Flower, English Affair, Vexatious on the outside. Race Ipsa fourth. Beach Flower trying to hang tough from Vexatious. Beach Flower.
Well, number 7, Beach Flower did all the running, and I mean all the running. Gets to the finish line first.
Yes.
But Dick, number 2, English Affair was trying to come through on the inside late, and twice got squeezed pretty good by Beach Flower, and guess what? How about first to third, number 10, Vexatious, declared the winner.
Yeah, nice spot to be in. Finished second, have nothing to do with much of anything, and you're the winner because something else happened with the other 2 horses, and Neil Drysdale, Cubs East, gets the money.
And for those of you that had $2 tickets, you get $10.60 to win. Let's get to our next break. We come back, we have awards to give out, and we'll go down to Maryland, little Maryland Million Day, little local action.
Yes, sir.
Yes, we'll be back after this.
Racehorses are pampered.
Treated with care and loved.
Nothing is more important than their health and their safety.
We do right by them.
And they do right by us.
The hard-working folks
who proudly earn our living.
In Pennsylvania's horse racing
and breeding industries.
Horse racing is a lot of fun.
But it's so much more.
It provides tens of thousands of jobs.
Jobs. And billions in economic impact each year.
All across the Commonwealth.
Horse racing in Pennsylvania. It's a winner.
Pennsylvania, proud of our growing breeding and racing industry. Tens of thousands of jobs with a massive economic impact. Now, North America's most lucrative awards program will pay a 50% breeder award for PA-sired, PA-bred maidens who run first, second, or third, with 25% for non-PA-sired PA-breds. Plus, up to 40% in owner bonuses, 400-plus restricted races, and our program has paid out $30 million for the 6th straight year. Breeding and racing in Pennsylvania. It's a winner.
Welcome back, everyone, to Parks Racing for Let's Go Racing. The weekly awards brought to you by the great Turning for Home program. Their website, turningforhome.org. Log on, take a look, and get involved today. And Dick, not one, not two, but how about three jockeys of the week? I just couldn't split them. Okay. Hector Caballero, Michael Sanchez, Dexter Haddock all deserve tips
Triple
of the hat.
dead heat.
Yep, they all had excellent weeks, and they all deserve mention. They're all having excellent years as well, so those guys get the nods as our jockeys of the week. Trainer of the week, how about Mike Pino? We love high percentage guys. How about winning at almost 25%?
That's a good number.
That's a pretty good number.
It's a 350 hitter in baseball.
So Mike Pino is our trainer of the week. Dick, let's get to race recap now. We have, we're going to take a look at Maryland Million Day in just a minute, but up in New York, it's the Empire Classic, the big day for the state breds up there, and the Empire Classic is $300,000. Number 10, Pat on the Back, is the 2-to-1 favorite for trainer Jeremiah Engelhardt. He is one of those horses that's really well managed. He wins a lot of money. He finally broke through 2 starts back with that stakes win at the Saginaw. He's going to get it done today.
He's going to get it done, and as you said, Keith, this horse just does not run bad races. It's going to clear the field here in the stretch, win by a solid length and a half, and is well over 600,000 and counting.
They know what his level is. $6.50 to win on Patted on the Back. Let's take a look at the Maryland Million Classic from Laurel. And the favorite here is number 9, Admiral Blue, who does not run well. But Dick, at the top of the stretch, number 7, Saratoga Bob, looks like he can't possibly hold on here. But you know what? He does.
Yeah, he's tough. For Katie Voss, an old friend who's been training in Maryland forever. Her family goes way, way back, and she doesn't have that many horses anymore, but she had to be thrilled to win this one.
And Saratoga Bob wins a half length and pays $9 to win. And finally, we mentioned the local angle. Mariah Montoya was part of the Maryland Million Nursery, and she had followed the dog. She was 7-2. And Dick, they're going to get their picture taken.
Got good 2-year-olds winning here at Parks, and it's a good 2-year-old went from Parks to Laurel and gets the money down there. Congratulations to Mariah.
$9.60 to win. You know what? Mike Pino, our trainer of the week. How about co-trainer of the week? How about we add Mariah to the list? There you go down and win one of those races. So Follow the Dog takes the Maryland Million Nursery. Dick, Ion Racing, not so much this week. We're waiting for Breeders' Cup next weekend. We got the Bold Ruler up in New York, and we got the Fayette at Keeneland.
Right, we've had the pre-entries now for the Breeders' Cup, and the actual entries will take place next Monday. And then the big day and the big weekend is coming up in a week.
Dick, as we go to news and notes, we like cool video, don't we?
Yes, we do.
And we like safety.
We do.
We're going to combine those in the same thing.
And losing tickets.
Yeah, there we go. Talk about that, too. We'll be right back after this.
What a night. Whether you're looking for some rock or some roll, whether this table calls your name or this one, if you're into big hits or big bites, Parks is Pennsylvania's #1 casino with brand new tables and slots, 2 new restaurants, and Excite Center featuring the hottest acts. The best is better than ever. Parks Casino, what a night.
Welcome back, everyone, to Parks Racing for Let's Go Racing News and Notes. The final segment brought to you by Pewter Stable. Their website is pewterstable.com, and you got to log on soon and become an owner before 2018 is done. Pewterstable.com. Bruce Casella, Dick Girardi, Keith Jones. We're going to go down to Keeneland for a race last Friday. Our man Bruce Casella was down there.
Yes.
He had a little bit of money on this Pennsylvania bred. Daddy is a Legend. And Daddy is a Legend is coming up the inside and is going to be a winner.
Yes.
Dick, one of the things in these safety rails, the breakaway rails, watch this slow-mo video. This is really cool.
Yeah, I mean, the long-distance video looks like a bunch of dominoes falling, but the best part about this, poor Bruce lost his bet, but nobody gets hurt here because it's like people with long memories. Remember tearaway jerseys in football way back in the day? They're now outlawed. Well, that's what this is. It's basically a tearaway rail where nobody gets hurt, no wood, nothing to impale horse and rider. So that was the best part. It'd be great if every racetrack in the country could get one of these kind of rails for their grass courses.
Can Bruce get his ticket back?
No.
No.
Oh, he can get his ticket back. He just can't cash it.
Oh, that's too bad.
That's all.
Dick, one more thing we want to mention. Javier Castellano just went over 5,000 career wins.
Yeah, he's one of the legends in the game. It's a Hall of Famer, and he will be on the Great Imperial Hit, trying to win the sprint a week from today.
5,000, and he's not done yet. That's going to wrap it up for this week. How about Breeders' Cup Preview Week next week?
How about it?
Yeah, well, join us. Hope to see you then. We'll be back next week on Let's Go Racing.